President Trump telling Republicans to not be bullied into allowing witnesses in the impeachment trial. We have just received a statement from the lawyer for John Bolton about his possible testimony. Also tonight, President Trump is celebrating another political triumph. The president signing the new North American trade deal, an agreement he calls cutting edge and state of the art. It also was a bipartisan piece of legislation. Chief White House correspondent John Roberts has the story tonight live from the North Lawn. Good evening, John.
Good evening to you, Brett. On the USMCA, it was a campaign promise that the president's opponents, even some of his supporters, didn't see a need for back in 2016. But over the past 3 years, President Trump has steadily built a case to dramatically rewrite the trade relationship between the United States, Canada, and Mexico, and he sold it to Congress. With the backdrop of workers and union leaders and corporate bigwigs in the audience, President Trump today celebrated the biggest bipartisan win of his presidency, signing the USMCA into law.
Everybody said this was a deal that could not be done. Too complicated, too big, couldn't be done. We got it done.
The president hadn't even put pen to paper before House Speaker Nancy Pelosi claimed credit for it.
We were able to make vast improvements. If we weren't, we would not have been able to pass the bill.
The South Lawn ceremony was, in part, to draw a contrast with the proceedings on Capitol Hill, the president thanking Republican senators for their support.
I want their vote.
Also urging Republicans to resist increasing pressure to call witnesses in the Senate trial, tweeting this morning, "Remember, Republicans, the Democrats already had 17 witnesses. We were given none. Witnesses are up to the House, not up to the Senate. Don't let the Dems play you." Today, a revelation regarding the number one talked about witness, former National Security Advisor John Bolton. In a letter from the NSC, Bolton was told the manuscript of his upcoming book appears to contain significant amounts of classified information, some of it at the top secret level. Bolton is told the manuscript may not be published or otherwise disclosed without the deletion of this classified information. That letter was sent January 23rd. 3 days later, significant portions of the manuscript were leaked to the New York Times. National Security Advisor Robert O'Brien doubts it was leaked by anyone under his charge.
I don't think the book was leaked from the NSC. I'm pretty confident of that.
While Bolton claims in the manuscript that he was very concerned about the president's Ukraine policy, in this interview from Radio Free Europe at the end of August, he appeared to show none.
He and President Trump have already spoken twice. They were very warm and cordial calls. The success of Ukraine, maintaining its freedom, its system of representative government, a free market economy free of corruption, and dealing with the problems of the Donbass and the Crimea are high priorities here, obviously, but high priorities for the United States as well.
The president himself could be fueling the fire to call Bolton, today tearing a strip off him on Twitter saying Bolton couldn't get approved for ambassador to the UN, begged me for a non-Senate approved job, mistakenly says Libyan model on TV, and many more mistakes of judgment, gets fired and goes out and immediately writes a nasty and untrue book, all classified national security. As you mentioned, Brett, a few minutes ago, we got a statement from Bolton's attorney, Chuck Cooper, who included in that statement a response to the January 23rd letter from the NSC. This sent on January the 24th about Bolton saying, quote, "If he is called to testify, it seems certain that he will be asked questions that will elicit much of the information contained in the chapter of his manuscript dealing with his involvement in matters related to Ukraine. We do not believe that any of that information could reasonably be considered classified, but given that Ambassador Bolton could be called to testify as early as next week, it is imperative that we have the results of your review of that chapter as soon as possible." In the statement, Cooper says he has heard nothing back from the NSC on that request since Friday. Right?
John Roberts live on the North Lawn. John,